feel good to be back in the lab, man.
It feels good to be back, dog.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes,
Come on, man.
What's good, bro?
You already know what it is, man. What it is, baby boy.
So someone come deep out the gate on you, bro.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
So I heard you say, if you ain't happy in your relationship, get out of it.
You got to remove yourself. If you ain't happy in any situation you in, you got to remove yourself. It's a must you remove yourself. It's baggage that's holding you back from progressing in life. You can't be afraid to remove yourself from any situation that's hindering you from growing. If you're trying to grow in life, you got to move. You got to move. You can't be afraid to move. And some people in life are afraid to move because they feel like they got so many years invested. Years don't mean nothing when you unhappy. It's time to be happy. We ain't got that long to live. So what you living for? To be unhappy, or you living to be happy? So if you're unhappy, you gotta get happy, baby. You gotta get happy.
Facts.
Yes, indeed.
Because you only got this one life. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're guaranteed right now. So
and you
it's
gotta
like
live it to the fullest.
You gotta live it to your fullest. If you're living your life unhappy,
you gotta go.
You gotta go. You have to make changes in your life. Unhappiness is what shows us that we need to make a change, right?
Big time change, man. Big time change. Big time change. Hey, if you unhappy, get up out that situation. It doesn't matter how many years you have invested in it. You unhappy. And when you unhappy, you ain't satisfied. And when you ain't satisfied, that's when all that anger building that come out you, and you go to running into people, and you not mad at them. You just mad that your situation ain't better. You not happy at home. She not making you happy. Your situation not happy. Your income come on, it's something that's not making you happy. So whatever it is, you got to figure it out. And guess what? You got to get out that situation.
Well, see, my opinion on that is like in some situations, it's not the relationship that's making you unhappy. It could be things outside the relationship that's making you unhappy. It could, like you said, it could be financial situations. It could be problems with your family. It could be sicknesses hitting. So it's like, it all depends on the situation. But if the situation's like this, you're with your girl or you're with your man, and it's like all you do is fight every day. And it's not even for a reason. You're just fighting. Can't get along, can't communicate. You've been working on it. Don't stick around in the situation because it just drains your energy. Like you waste years of your life just fighting, and you don't get nowhere. Like it's hard to be productive when you're going through situations like this. Man. It's hard to be positive when you're going through situations.
Come on, man. Somebody out there afraid to leave.
Right.
This is what you need to do. Go ask God to remove you from that situation. Say, God, I want better. And I need to remove myself from this situation because this situation draining me. I can't focus on what I need to focus on because we not getting nowhere. It's toxic. Get up out of there before something happened and you can't turn it. You can't change it. You can't change it. You don't want to make a bad decision off of temporarily bad feeling right then and there. So get up out that situation, man. Get up out that situation and go live right. Go live. Go be happy. That's what life about. Right. Finding the right person and being happy. It ain't about the things they could provide. It ain't about the things she have. It ain't about the car she drive. It's how she make you feel inside. Inside. It's about that inside love. How she make you feel inside.
Right. Because at the end of the day, you're not really living when you're not happy.
No.
If you're not happy, that's not living.
No.
That's just surviving. That's just getting by. Like you don't want to just get by in life. It's not only about money. It's about, like you said, the way you feel inside. Like if every time I come home, like heading home, because I've been in relationships like that. I'm heading home, I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta go home and shit. Whenever you see a dude sitting in the car outside the house for like 10, 30 extra minutes,
you don't want to be in there.
You don't want to go home. Why?
Because he draining. The situation is toxic. It's toxic. In the world we live in today, people will stay in toxic relationship because they getting taken care of. Or they feeling good about they ain't gotta do as much. Right. Man, that's gonna come to the end. Go be happy. Even if you gotta play 50-50 in your role. And after you were just coming from a role, you ain't have to pay nothing. What's more important? You fussing or you being happy?
Right.
Come on now.
Happiness has no price.
No, indeed, no.
No price.
No, indeed.
Like
no.
a lot of people will get married or stay in relationships because all the bills are paid. They ain't got to worry about nothing. But it's like, is that really living? You know, it's like if you're not happy, you're just wasting your time. So I feel like happiness is key. And when it comes to relationships, that's one of the things that are most important to our happiness.
Yes, indeed.
So I definitely agree.
Most definitely.
If you can't find happiness in a relationship, you got to
get out of there. Get out of there. If you ain't happy, get out of there. Get out of there. Stop playing, man. Go find you somebody that's going to make you happy, that you're going to feel good about going on each and every day. She might not have everything that the other people have, but she got that heart and that love and that desire to make you feel good, to make you want to come home. You don't want to go home if you ain't getting treated right. A lot of us in situations, we ain't getting treated right, so we get just sitting in a couple 30 minutes just trying to figure it out. How we going to make it in a house where we ain't getting treated right? Go get treated right. Even if you got to take a minor setback for a major comeback, go get treated right.
And I feel like I've been through it, so I know what it's like to be in a relationship. Because a lot of times it has to do with kids. People will have kids with somebody, and they feel like, oh, I got to make the relationship work because I want the parents to be together. But I'll tell you one thing about my experience with my parents. They did stay together. Like I did have both my parents in my life. And a lot of people be like, oh, you know, it's a great thing to have both your parents. But the problem is when your parents are fighting every day, physical, beating each other up, like literally bleed, like to the point where they're bleeding all over the place. Your parents, like that is not teaching your kids anything good. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in a relationship with somebody, even if you're married with kids, and y'all are fighting to the point, like what are you teaching your kids when you're fighting like that? So the best thing to do was to get away. Like my parents ended up getting divorced after we were already grown. But the reality is, you know, the kind of violence that we had to watch with our eyes that affected us, you know. And see, luckily with me, I didn't be like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna be like that too. I was like, I don't ever want to be like that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So that was how I learned. But some people, they become violent because of the what they're around. So it's like you gotta think about the kids too when it comes to this type of shit. Like, it's not just about y'all, it's about the kids too.
Most definitely. We dropping the jewels, man.
So that goes to the next topic.
Let's go, D Phlo. Come on, man. You hit me with it.
So I heard the other day you said, be careful who you lay down with.
Man,
or who you have
D-Phlo.
kids with.
Damn, bro. This personal. Because as a young man, when we lay down with certain people and who we have kids with, sometimes it could hinder you from growing in a moment of and that's one of the hardest things I ever had to deal with. One of the hardest things I have to face every day, that I had children with two individual women. I don't take nothing away from them. Shout out to my kids' mother. They do everything. Any and everything. But one of the hardest things I ever have to deal with, D Phlo, is not being in the same household with my children every day, not making a mama my wife. And that's just coming up and seeing my mama and my daddy in separate households, my stepdaddy helping me, my real daddy trying to help at times when he could. So that's something that hurt me every day, because the decision I made when I laid down with him, it wasn't the decision that I thought about, do I want to be with them for the rest of my life? And that stopped, and that hurt. Because I got to get my kids at different times, at different places, from different parents, where I could have had two kids with the same woman and been married. That hurt me. And shout out to every father that been through that, that's going through that had to pick up one child from one house and then pick up another child from another house. But to every young man that don't have to experience that, before you lay down and make a child, ask yourself, can you see yourself with them for the rest of your life? Because if you don't, then don't make no children. Children ain't asked to be here, but when they is here, they want both of their parents together, and that's just one of the hardest things, man. I don't take nothing. I don't have no regrets on having children with the ones I have children with, because they're a hell of a mother. But I regret not being with them for the rest of my life, because children want to be raised with the mama and father.
Yeah.
And we got too many broken households. And that's when the problems occur. That's when a child support occur. That's when a disangry mother occur and using child support. That's when the daddy occur, doing different things, breaking the mama window, flattening the mama tires because she moved on and found somebody. So all them things that you don't want to occur in your life, ask yourself, when you lay down with that woman and have unprotected sex, is you ready to be with her for the rest of your life and make your children happy and break the generation curse of being together in the same household?
Right.
That hurt me because when I go and pick up my 2 daughters, I got to pick them up from separate places. I got 2 different attitudes, 2 different, they raised different. Mm-hmm. One from New Orleans and one from Houston.
Oh, wow.
One think different, one move different.
Yeah.
So it's 2 different people, 4 different personalities that I have to adjust to. When I'm talking to my young one, I got to look at it and realize she's from a different breed. Then when I look at my oldest daughter, I got to realize, so attitudes, my personality, everything got to change when I'm talking to each one of them because they different. They different. They was raised different. So I got to understand them different. And that's one of the hardest things, man. Shout out to everybody who make the arrangement to go pick up both of their daughters from different places or sons or whatever. But ask yourself, before you make another child, can you see yourself with that woman so we could break this generation curse, just having children with women and making them our baby mom and start making them our wife? If we can make children with them, then they deserve to be your wife.
Right.
It took me a long time to understand that.
Yeah, I think like growing up, we don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like people tell us that, but we don't really hear it. Because like when you're young, you might be with somebody and think that you're gonna stay with them. You might be 18 years old, 16 years old, whatever age, and you got a girl like, I'm gonna marry this girl, this is my girl. And then she gets pregnant, and then things happen because you weren't ready in your mind to do the things that were gonna happen. Now she's pregnant, she has a baby, y'all ain't together no more. It's so important. I don't know what we could do to change the world in that sense, where it's like teenagers need to understand, like having sex, like
it costs
dangerous.
It costs a lot.
It costs a lot at a young age.
At a young age. So to every teenager, to every young kid out there that ever run across this, let me tell y'all something. When you make a grown woman, a grown man decision, be ready for grown woman and grown man consequences. Be a young kid, be a young lady, be a young man as long as you could. Focus on getting your education, getting that college degree, getting that bachelor's, taking it to the next level. So when you do lay down with somebody, you ain't just laying down to make a baby. You laying down to make a husband and build a foundation. That's one thing that coming from New Orleans, I ain't know what a foundation was because I didn't have that foundation. I had a mom and a stepfather. I never had a mom and my real daddy together. So the foundation was already broken. And just so happened, I broke the foundation because I'm not with my kid's mother. So I want to tell everybody out there, don't lay down with just an individual that you can only see yourself having sex with. Lay down with a woman that you can see being your wife. So people always say, man, Big Team 28, do you see yourself having another child? Man, I want to try for a son, but Lord have mercy.
I want one
a
more
son
kid.
Come wife. That's what it's coming to. A son become wife. So when I have a son, that's when I'm going to have a wife.
Yeah.
I ain't having no more unless I have a wife. Yeah. I can't afford to have no more kids outside of a home where they ain't in the same home. They deserve that. Right. A kid deserves to be in the same home with both parents.
Yeah. Yes, see, the best way to do it is to get married, then have kids. But the problem is a lot of times what really happens is she gets pregnant, then you get married. You feel what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
And this day and time, because it's so sexual. Like, look at Instagram, look at TikTok. Like, it's so sexual that it's like people are just quick to have sex. Like, women on there, titties out, booty out. Of course, the men are going to be expecting sex, you know what I mean? So it's like there's so much we could say on this topic, but I mean, the main thing is that, like sex is good and all. It's amazing, whatever. But sex has a cost. So you just can't go fucking 20 bitches a week or a month, you know what I'm saying? And expect what if 3 of them get pregnant? What now? You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you, like you said, if you're in a relationship with a woman and she has a kid and you guys stick it together, it's so much more powerful than just having baby mamas. But here's the thing, is that it's hard to make a relationship work.
Man, you got to understand, man. It's hard to make a relationship work, but the relationship work off of what you're willing to put in. A lot of us don't know and understand. A lot of times our relationship don't work because we afraid to put our all into it. And if I ain't putting my all into it, I ain't gonna do it. Everything you do in this world, demands your all.
Yeah.
Your hustle demands your all. Your love demands your all. Your parenthood demands your all. Your job demands it all. So if you don't have the time to put your all into everything, don't start it. Your craft, your all. Your prayers, your all. God, your all. You can't put half and nothing in his life and expect something. So let me tell you something. Go hard or go home. Go hard or go home. A lot of people wonder why their prayers don't get answered because they ain't going hard enough. A lot of people ask why they don't get approved because they ain't going hard enough. Their prayers ain't going hard enough. They don't believe hard enough. It starts within your mindset. If you want something to work out right, guess where it starts from? Your mindset. That muscle. That muscle. You got to strengthen that muscle in your head to know that you put that belief in your head, and guess what? You going to get it done. Right. Don't go do nothing if you ain't trying to put your all into it. When I told you I wanted to be your host, I said, guess what? I'm willing to put my all into this. And guess what? I've been putting my all into this. I ain't going to stop putting my all into this because guess what? We ain't just get 1 million views on Instagram. We got 1 million views on Facebook. We got 1 million views on TikTok. We got 1 million views on all the platforms, all the social media. They see us. So guess what? We put our all into this, and not just put our all, but we put the prayers and then we put the work behind it. Say, man, the most impressive thing that I ever did was put my all into this, but just not put my all into this, but put my all into you, knowing that you gonna do what you do and I do what I do, and we show up as a group and we get it done.
And not only that, not only do you put your all into it, you make sure I do.
Most definitely, baby. I'm calling D Phlo 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times a day, because let me tell you something. If you don't see the good in him, he ain't going to never see the good in himself. You got to speak value into the people that's around you. Every person that ever trained with me, every person that trained with me, every person that be around me, I speak value into them, because guess what? When you start speaking positivity in people, guess what they start doing? They start believing it. And when they start believing it, they start achieving it. Every person that's around me, I'll never speak negativity into them, because guess what? If they negativity, they ain't around me. I don't need nobody that don't believe in themselves.
I definitely appreciate that. I ain't never mad at it, bro, because you pushing us to greatness. Every time you call me, we talking about money.
Great.
Go be great. But,
Go be great.
But back to what you were just saying about like your mind state, you're absolutely right. You have to put your all into everything. And a lot of people don't put their all into relationships at all. Their friendships or their relationships with their girl or their man.
They half-ass everything.
Half-finesse.
See what
the
they
gym.
realize?
The gym.
Not even that. They prayers. They prayers. They wonder why they can't get nowhere, because they prayers. They not putting it all into it. When you sit down and ask God to do something, you got to put your all into this. Don't just have prayer. Don't just have prayer. God, I'm here. I want to say thank you for each and every day, every opportunity. God, I love you. If it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here today. Lord, I done did some things that I regret. Lord, I done did some things that I shouldn't have overcome. Lord, I did some things in my life that I know I should have died from. But guess what? If it wasn't for you, your presence, your belief, and you not giving up on me, I wouldn't be here today. You got to mean it. And when you say it, you got to mean it from the bottom of your heart, D Phlo. I went through hell and high water. I didn't know who I was. I was lost. But ever since I found them, I'm winning. And I can't lose. See, when you accept God in your life, when you allow God to use you, when you allow God to enter your spirit, when you allow God to enter your heart, D Phlo, you can't lose. Man, shout out to that. Shout out to that. Not to that, but shout out to God from keeping his hands on me. Shout out to God from doing what he did. Shout out to God for everything. Shout out to God for all the trials and tribulations. Shout out to God from doing what he did, sending me through everything. That's why I'm the man I am today. That's why I'm strong. That's why I'm so strong.
It's the hard times that made you strong.
The hard times made me, D Phlo. I swear, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to call on. I didn't know where to go. Mama did so much. Mama said, I need you to do one thing. You can't keep running to me, son. You can't keep coming to me. I didn't did enough praying. I didn't pray enough. I didn't did everything I could. God, hey, stop coming to me. Go to God because God waiting on you. And since you went to God, mama, we can't lose. God answer your prayers. God answer your prayers. Mama said, my hands tied behind my back. I can't do no more, son. I need you to do one thing. Go to God. She forced me. And when she forced me, that's when I had to go dig deep. That's when I had to start running. Sometimes in life, your mama gonna force you. Mama gonna get tired too. She put her hands behind her back like they had a handcuff. And I watched my mama get handcuffed. And when her hands was behind her back, that was the hardest thing I ever had to see. To watch my mama go through all them trials and tribulations, through the situation. She put her hands behind her back. And when she did that, she surrendered. And she knows for sure when she put her hands behind her back, she tired. So son, go see God. Shout out to mama. This one personal, mama. Look at your son now. They buried me, I came back. They talk bad about me, I showed up. They downplayed me, look, I'm up now. Come on, D Phlo. You got a chance to meet my mom, and one thing my mama told you was, the first thing she told you was, thank you for being a good friend of my son. Thank you for allowing my son on the show. Thank you for being present with my son. Thank you for believing in my son. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because what you and my son doing is unbelievable. She tell you that all the time, and every time you show up, every time you come around, you don't eat that meat, but you eat a little bit of food. Shout out to
I eat what I can.
He come to the family event, you know, he don't eat as much, he don't eat all that stuff we eat, but he eats something, man. And it feel good to see my boy come and show up and support, because guess
every
what?
Time, bro.
Every time. D Phlo be the only one now that's white, but he show up, man. And guess what? We make him feel like he at home. No matter the color, no matter the race, no matter the situation, no matter what you've been through, we don't hold nothing against you. And when you come over, my family open their arms like you one of theirs, like you me. And that's what it is. Yeah. Anybody that come around me, guess what? When I bring you around my family, they going to treat you like you one of mine. Shout out to D Phlo, man. I see you got one of them Juneteenth shirts on, man. Yes, super proud that you represent. Guess what? You represent not just me, but you represent the culture of black folks, man. Shout out to that. And I understand that, and I know that when I met you, you don't see color. You don't see color.
I don't see color,
Come
bro.
on now, D
I mean, the
Phlo.
crazy thing about me is, bro, I'm colorblind. I have trouble seeing colors.
Talk louder, D Phlo. The world need to know.
Yeah, I'm colorblind. Like red and green, sometimes I can't tell the difference, bro.
Most
Blue
definitely.
and purple, sometimes I can't tell the difference. So I grew up. Sometimes yellow and green, like bright yellow and bright green, I can't tell which is which. So I live my life as young, not understanding colors. I don't know what, people would be like, what color is this? And I would be wrong in elementary school. So I never look at shit with color. Color has no meaning to me.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? I don't categorize shit by color.
Come on now.
So it's like when it comes to people, I don't look at people by color and categorize nothing. People are people. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what race you are, what color you are. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is character.
Come on now.
Period.
Come on now.
The person you are inside. If you show me you ain't a good person, and then the vibes, if I feel a bad vibe, that's the only thing I go off of.
Thank you.
I don't go off of color, race, none of that shit.
Most definitely.
The only thing I go by is just the vibe and who you are inside.
And the heart.
And the heart. The heart, period.
The heart.
The heart.
Most definitely.
If the heart ain't right, I can't mess with you.
Most
no matter
definitely.
what race you are.
Man, most definitely, man. And I appreciate that you rocking that Juneteenth shirt, man. Let me know your character and let me know that you don't see color and you supporting your brother and you support everybody, man. You got the heart of a gold. You got the heart of gold, and guess what? You got the heart of a lion, and guess what? Man, ever since you been in my life, man, you ain't do nothing but inspire me to continue to be great. You never hold me back. You never hinder me from growing. Everything that you ever did was your presence of telling me, keep going. You showed me in every way. When I wasn't monetized on Facebook, you helped me. It was times I called you 2, 3 in the morning, man, just to figure out how to get paid, what's the way we need to go, the direction we need to go, and you showed me. You never not said, man, I'm tired, man, call me tomorrow. You said, let me get up out of my bed and let me show you. And that's why I love you like a brother. No matter the color, no matter what it is, I'm with you to the day that we die, because guess what? We came together as one, and we going to leave together as one.
Well, I love you like a brother, too. And I tell you what, I want to see you win more than anybody in the world.
Definitely.
Even more than me, bro.
Come on, man.
Because the potential you have is through the fucking roof. And I'm so glad that we're doing this, because it's practice, bro.
Let me put on my glasses,
I'm gonna
D
tell you what
before I start crying, man.
Let me tell you what I see in you, bro.
What you
I
see?
see you on the stage.
Come on now.
Like E.T., I fuck with E.T., but you E.T. times 10,
Come
boy.
on, man.
Like, when I see you on the stage traveling the country and motivating the youth, like the shit that you be saying, the reason why it's so important, like what you were just saying about young people having sex and having kids. People don't want to hear that from a 60-year-old man trying to give them advice.
Most
They're
definitely.
like, yeah, whatever, bro. Get out of here, Unc. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here, Grandpa. They want to hear from someone they respect and they think it's cool. And they're like, okay, I feel you. So I feel like that message needs to be told by you.
Oh, yeah.
Not just everybody can give the message.
Oh, man.
I feel like you are the person that needs, and this platform that we have here, this is just the beginning, bro.
Everything we've been giving to them is real, D Phlo. Everything we gave to them is real.
Yes.
It take a little while for them to adapt. It take a little while for them to accept. But everything we give is real. It's for you to accept it and move on. It's for you to use it. It's for you to accept it. You got to be willing to accept that real, man. A lot of people in life not willing to accept that real, so sometimes it catch them late. Sometimes they don't understand it till it's too late. But I'm telling y'all, man, I ain't gonna lead y'all wrong. I'm gonna lead y'all in the right direction. See, people are afraid to tell you, man, wait till you old enough. Wait till you ready to have sex. A lot of people gonna tell you go have it. A lot of people gonna tell you to do anything. But let me tell you something, D Phlo. Come on, man. You see, I came in here with it. I came here with it for a reason.
What you got the pots for, bro? Tell me.
I'm cooking. This the grind. This the focus. This the grind. You gotta, if you want to be successful, you gotta get in the grind. You gotta get in the grind mode. You gotta get in the stirring mode. You gotta be willing to put your grind, your effort, your hustle, your dedication, everything you believe in, you gotta put it in a pot, and you gotta get a stick. You gotta stir it up. And when you stir it up, you got to keep going. Sometimes you might keep stirring for days because you got a lot of lumps. A lot of lumps could be a lot of situations you got to overcome. You got to keep stirring. It's like mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes, you got to get the lumps out of it, but sometimes your hand gets tired. Sometimes you get frustrated. Sometimes you're ready to give up. Sometimes you don't want to do it, but you got to do it. If you want to be successful, you got to keep stirring. Your muscles get tired. Your faith get low, you're ready to give up, but you gotta keep going, D Phlo. Hey, I'm tired. What I'm gonna do? God, I need you. God said, keep going. God, I can't get it. Keep going. God, I don't know what to do. Keep going. You asked me for this. God, I did, but I'm ready to give up. Keep going. The more you keep going, the more you get closer. The more you get closer, the best you're gonna get to be successful. The day that you stop stirring, the day you gonna lose. When you lose, you gonna regret that you stopped. Don't stop. D Phlo, I'm tired, but I gotta keep going. D Phlo, I'm ready to give up, but I gotta keep going. D Phlo, I'm ready to keep going. And then that's when it comes. After you put everything into that store, everything into that pot, everything into that grind, everything that you ask God for, you put it in that pot, and then guess what, D Phlo? That's when I come with the plate. That's when you come with the plate. Now that you done put everything in your hustle, now you put everything in your grind, now you put everything in your crap. Now you able to say what you want to eat, what you don't want to eat, where you want to go, where you don't want to go. But you can't do that if you don't really put your all into that. This plate don't have nothing on it, but in order for the plate to have food on it, you got to be willing to put your grind into this food so this food could be put on the plate. But if you ain't willing to put your grind into the food, then the plate gonna continue to be empty. If you don't want to eat hot dogs, put a little more work into it. If you want to eat lamb chops, put a little more work into it. If you want to drive a Lambo like Big London, put a little more work into it. If you want to move like Mike, put a little more work into it. If you want to move like Nair, put a little more work into it. If you want to move like a boss, you got to put a little more work into it. If you want to be to the top, you got to put a little more work into it. If you want to be better than the pride, you got to put a little more work into it. Everybody that I named, they put some work in. And they continue to put work in. And they ain't stop putting work in. You got to do it to the day that you die, because it's somebody that's coming behind you that's willing to put that work in. This plate that I'm holding, D Phlo, ain't used to have nothing on it, but now that I'm putting that work in, I want to say what I want to put on this plate. I don't eat hot dogs no more. We put lamb chops. I don't need different things no more, D Phlo. I'm telling the plate what I want on here. God, you heard what I said. You gave me the opportunity to be great. So God, what you want on my plate? But what I want on my plate, I don't want no fast food.
Right.
I don't want no fast food, man. What you talking about? Everything that come fast don't never last long. I don't want no fast food.
So let me see that pot right there.
Come on, D Phlo.
I got
you want to put the whip on it?
Yeah, I want to put the whip on it.
D Phlo say he want to borrow the pot. D Phlo say he want to. I want to see him whoop the pot.
Listen, watch me work. All right, so look. I know you got to make grits, right? So when you make grits, now everybody makes it different. This is how I make grits.
How you make grits?
Okay,
you look like you put sugar in your grits.
I do put some sugar in there, so I ain't gonna lie to you.
You know what I'm saying?
Sugar or cheese, it just depends on how I'm feeling.
All right, go ahead.
But look, when you're making the grits, you boil the water.
Yes, sir.
You put the water in here, right? Now I take the grits. Let's say I got a cup of grits, and I pour it in here. I'm pouring it slow.
All right.
I'm pouring the grits in slow, and I'm stirring the pot like this. Okay, and then when it's fully in there, I put the top on it.
All right.
And I put it on the burner.
All right.
I let it cook, right, on a low temperature for like 15 minutes.
All right.
Because it takes time to cook.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? So when it comes to greatness, it takes time to cook.
All right.
I put it in slow. I'm not in no rush. You feel what I'm saying? I'm pouring the grits in slow. And I'm stirring it in.
So you're telling me the
grind takes time. You understand what I mean? Like, you don't just pour. If you pour all the grits, if I take a cup of grits and I pour the whole cup in the pot and I don't even stir, I just pour it in there, then I stir it later, guess what's going to happen?
You're going to miss out.
It's going to have lumps.
It's going to have lumps.
It's going to have some lumps in there.
So you're saying to be successful, you got to take your time.
You got to take it slow. Those lumps are like obstacles you got to overcome.
Come on,
you got to go slow.
Stop dropping the jewels on me, man. So it takes time.
It takes time. And then once I put it in there, I put the top on, I put it on low because it takes time to cook. Cooking you don't just go in there and cook and you good. It takes time. It takes
you gotta
day
get the flavor.
and day. If you want to give it flavor, after you're done with it all, then you add whatever flavor you want. You want some cheese in the grits? Put the cheese in there. But it takes time to get to the point where you get that cheese to put in your grits, that money. You got to sit there and cook.
All right.
You got to let it simmer. You feel me? Because greatness takes time. It don't happen overnight. And all those people who give up, I'm going to tell you the number one reason why people give up. Because they don't realize it takes time. You feel what I'm saying? Like we're going hard right now. We're getting millions of views. But at the end of the day, we feel like we should have millions of dollars. That shit takes time, bro. That's why we keep going. We keep going and going and going because we know that greatness takes time.
Come on, D Phlo. You dropping the jewels on them. You said greatness takes time.
It takes
you
time.
Can't rush the process.
You cannot.
You might get 1 million views, but you ain't get $1 million.
Right.
You going to start getting $1 million after you get a lot of million views. So it takes time. Don't rush the process.
Don't rush the process.
You don't want to miss nothing. The lumps is going to come out, but you got to be willing to keep stirring. You got to be willing to keep going.
Exactly.
You can't stop. You can't stop. If you stop, then you fail yourself. And when you fail yourself, you let God down. When you let God down, you fail your prayer. God believes in you. And guess what? He wants you to keep going through any situations and circumstances. He going to see you through. You better not stop. You better not stop. You better not stop.
And it's okay to slow.
Oh, yeah.
You can't, a lot of us, get so frustrated because we slowed that they quit. Like, for example, I missed the gym the last 2 weeks, okay? I could quit right now.
Yeah.
Or I could get back in there. You cannot let slow times destroy you. You say, okay, I took a break, but I'm back and I'm ready for whatever. You cannot let the bumps in the road and the things that stress you out in life stop you. You cannot. It's okay to slow, but it's never okay to stop.
D Phlo, talk to me, man. You dropping the jewels. Them dropping the jewels, boys, back in the building, man. My goodness gracious, man. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting us. Shout out to everybody who's been reposting us. Shout out to everybody who's been sending the clothes to us, man. You look good in your shirt, man.
Appreciate it. You as well, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Shout out to my girl, Mobile, man. She from Mobile. She sent us the clothes, and I appreciate the love, and I appreciate everybody who been sending us stuff, man, and we've been rocking out. But D Phlo, let me tell you something, man.
What you got?
I became a better person. And I ain't afraid to be who I am. I accepted God in my life, and I'm letting him use me. God been doing this thing. I ain't where I want to be, but I ain't where I used to be. And where I used to be ain't where I'm at today. And I appreciate it, and I thank God for that. God didn't give up on me. He continued to keep showing up. Even when I'm at my lowest, he continued to keep getting me up. Even when I'm ready to give up, he keeps waking me up. Even when I don't know when I want to stop, he keeps showing me why I need to keep going every morning and every day.
You know what? The way you are in tune with God is amazing. It inspires me to build my relationship with God. So let me ask you a question.
Talk to me.
For all the people out there who are going through hard times, okay? They're struggling financially, relationship, whatever it is that they're going through. They're struggling right now. And because of that struggle they go through, they start to lose faith in God. What advice do you have for those people?
Don't stop. You can't stop. You can't stop, man. Let me take my glasses off of this. You can't stop. It's going to be times where things get real tiresome. The load get heavier. You know one thing, I'm going to tell you something about the game, and I'm going to tell you this, D Phlo, and I ain't never say this. When you driving an 18-wheeler, and you on your 18-wheeler, and you got a load on your truck, and sometimes the load be more than what your truck can handle. Sometimes your load could slow your truck down from moving a little faster to getting to your destiny. But when you get your load, that overload, that extra pressure, that heaviness on you, and you get that load to that destination, they give you more money. So long as you keep toting that load and you keep fighting, and when you get to your destiny, God gonna bless you a little more. That's why you can't stop. That's why you got to keep believing. An 18-wheeler will get pulled over if they load too much, but they willing to take a sacrifice because they know their end result's going to be a blessing. So no matter how much you get put on you, no matter how much you can't handle, God would not put nothing on you that he feel that you will stop. He believe in you, so you got to keep going.
Right, and that's why it's so important, because the saying, a lot of people say, God will not give you more than you can handle, right? But the thing is that people don't realize how much they can handle. Some people don't realize how much pounds their semi can push. Because if you go to a truck stop, they say, oh, you can only your truck can only push this much. But the thing is that we don't know. We don't know how much we can push. A lot of us can push a whole lot more fucking weight than we know. You feel me? Like, I bet you can bench more weight than you know. It just depends on if you tried it already. You feel me? So a lot of us, you have to try. You have to try. And a lot of people aren't willing to try.
Even if let me tell you something, D Phlo. Even when you try and you fail, get back up and try again. That try count as a success win. Because that try, even when you fail, you're going to feel motivated to try again.
Right.
And that next time you try, you're going to win. Even if you fail and you try, that try motivated you to try again. You heard what I said. Even in life, when I fell, even when people was beating me in the gym, when I was getting dogged in the gym, that helped me to understand. If I try and I fail and I try again, I'm a pass. So sometimes you might fail at something, but the next thing you might pass. Don't stop trying. Even if you fail in the process of winning, try again and again and again. God ain't never stopped trying, even when your prayers didn't get to him all the way. He kept going because he knew you was going to keep praying. Don't stop.
Do you know how many people give it their all and they fail and they quit?
Because they hurt.
Because they hurt and they expected a different reaction.
You can't.
And it's like, you can't. Like anybody who's successful, millionaires out there, they had to sit there and try over and over and over and over.
Man, they overlooked me. They didn't believe in me. They gave up on me. I went to mama. I told mama. I said, all I'm asking you to do is forever believe in me. Please, mama. Please believe in me. Don't give up on me. And if you don't give up on me, I won't give up on myself. And if I don't give up on myself, I'm going to make everybody else around me believe. Mama, please don't give up on me. Please keep your hands on me. Please keep the prayers coming. And mama kept them coming. And mama kept them coming. Through every situation, mama kept them coming. When I was ready to give up, mama showed up. When I didn't know which way to go, mama showed me a direction. When I was looking for God, mama showed me how to get there. And ever since I got there, mama, I owe you everything. And ever since I've been doing it, mama, I'm going to make you proud. Before I buy anything to reward myself, I'm going to make sure I reward my mama for her presence and her love.
And I'll tell you what, most of the viewers have their mama, but for the ones that don't, use that as motivation. Like your mama is out there. She's watching. She wants to see you succeed in life. She wants to see you be a good person. She wants to see you be the best person you could possibly be. So use that as motivation every day you wake up to say, you know what, my mom's not here. She can't motivate me, but she's watching.
She's watching.
And she wants to see, you want to prove to her that you're the man that she always wanted to see you be.
Yes,
you know,
indeed.
so it's like, just as much as I feel such a strong relationship with you and your mom, but even for the ones that lost their mom, the relationship never dies.
Never die.
It never dies. She's
always,
in your heart.
It got to be in your feelings. It got to be in your heart.
And you got to push for her.
You got to push forward. Even if your mama not here, still make her proud.
Right.
Even if your mama laying down to rest, still make her proud. Even if your mama locked up, still make her proud. Even if your mama on drugs, still make her proud.
Even if you don't have a good relationship with your
still
mom,
make your
still
mama
make your mama proud.
It doesn't matter what it is. Still make your mama proud because she had you and she believed in you and she ain't gonna never stop believing. And guess what? The best feeling in the world is to show your mama, mama, you made me. Even if you here, even if you locked up, even if you on drugs, mama, look at your son. And when you get to where you need to be in life, then you go get your mama. And then you show her a better life. Because guess what? She gave you everything she had in her to have you, and you need to give her everything you have in you to save her.
Facts, because having a baby looks crazy. I couldn't imagine having a fucking baby, bro. Pushing that thing out, like women can take more pain than men.
Most definitely.
There's no doubt about it. Like men
shows.
Men thinks that we're tough, we tough. But because you have a baby,
can you have a period?
Can you have a fucking period? And not just can you have a period. Can you have a period every time I see my girl through a period. It's like, God dang, I don't think I could deal with that bullshit right there.
No, indeed, no.
Hell no.
They get moody as shit.
You feel me? And then it makes me moody like, yo, get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit.
Make you going, though. Talk to me, D Phlo, man.
So let me ask you this.
D Phlo,
I heard
baby.
you say the other day, why do cars have different types of gas?
Because they got a lot of... The reason why cars have different type of gas because... Come on, D Phlo. You put that on me, D Phlo. Damn, man.
Yes, sir.
The reason why cars have different type of gas because the type of work that they willing to put in, the type of grind they willing to put in. If you notice, D Phlo, when a hurricane hit, guess what happened? Everybody go to regular. And when you go to regular, every time you go to a gas station, they are to regular. They force you to take premium or super. And guess what? If you base your life off of stop being regular and start putting extra in everything you do, you wouldn't find yourself running out of gas. In life, you got to be willing to put extra. A lot of people, that's the reason why they got cars that don't take regular, because they put the work in. They deserve that. They went and bought the fanciest car. So they say, you know what? I would never be regular. My car ain't regular. My prayers ain't regular. My hustle ain't regular. My business ain't regular. So if you don't want to be regular, you got to put extraordinary. You got to go hard. If you want to continue to be running out of gas, keep being regular. If you want to be a boss, if you want to be a big dog, if you want that best gas, if you want to know for sure that your gas going to be there every time you go to that gas pump, go hard. Go hard. Separate yourself. Separate yourself. I ain't being regular, and you ain't gonna be regular. Ain't nobody around me gonna be regular, because I'm willing to make sure we go hard every day. Like when we in that gym, they said one thing: when I see y'all, we know you gonna go hard, and that's
every time.
Every time.
Everybody in the gym knows that
Everybody
shit. They be scared to get near us.
Cause we gonna go hard.
We gonna push them too hard. It's like, I ain't getting near that shit.
I'm tired of being regular. So when you tired of being regular, when you tired of losing, when you tired of missing out, because everybody regular, but not everybody extraordinary. Not everybody.
And here's the real facts.
Come on,
if you not, it's not about what gas you drive.
No,
it's about how long you drive it. If you want to keep having premium gas in your tank, you better go motherfucking hard. Because if you don't, you're gonna be back on that regular shit. You can be back on that bike shit. You feel me? If you want to continue to have premium gas in your tank, you gotta go hard. But the only way to get there D Phlo. Is to go hard.
God damn, boy, you dropping the jewels on your boy, man. You dropping the jewels on your boy, man. You dropping the jewels. Talk to me, D Phlo. Lay something else on my heart, man. Lay something else on my heart, D Phlo. Come on now. Lay something else on your dog heart, man. We been going hard, man. God, dog. Dropping the jewels, boys, in the building, man. Hey, D Phlo, let me tell you something. They counted us out, but they can't count us out now. Because we showing up each and every day. We keeping it in their face.
Every day.
We dropping the jewels on them each and every day. I know one thing, man. When I from day one, when I first kicked it with you and I told you, I feel this is going to be special. And ever since I told you it was going to be special, it been special. And it's going to continue to be special. Not because it's us, it's because we keeping God's presence in the front of us. We allowing God to use us in every way. We not afraid to speak the truth of who we is. We not afraid to go against what they don't believe. We not afraid to show up who we is and who we are and who God allowing us to be.
Right.
Let's keep putting
and you know what? I'll
on.
tell you this right now. A lot of people look at like praying to God and living in God's purpose as like this golden throne path, golden roads. I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit ain't easy.
No.
Like when you decide to live in God's purpose, God is gonna give you a hard road to go down. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But what you have to understand is all those hard times, all those struggles, all those mountains you got to climb, all those steps you have to step up, all those are preparing you to be something great. Because people who are great, the people who aren't great never really overcame much.
Never.
They never tried to overcome
They
much.
was afraid.
They let life push them around.
Yes.
They were afraid.
Yes.
They weren't ready to fight hard.
No.
They didn't want to push.
They
When
stopped.
things got hard, they turned their back.
Yes, indeed.
When times got hard, they quit.
Yes,
when times
indeed.
got hard, they just didn't want to do
cried.
it anymore. They cried. And it's okay to cry. But what do you do after you cry?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Never
Keep pushing. Never stop. Those people who gave up, they weren't here to be
They
great.
wishing they would have kept going.
One day they will regret that they didn't go hard. But the people who are great,
one thing we not gonna do.
What's that?
Is never stop.
Never stop.
I don't care how hard, how tough, how fucked up things get. We gonna keep going.
We gonna keep going.
You better not stop on me.
Never.
And boy, I ain't gonna stop on you.
Never.
Because I know one thing. We gonna get there.
We gonna get there.
When we get there,
we'll be prepared.
We gonna appreciate it.
We gonna appreciate it.
Because that grind,
that
sacrifice, that effort, that keep going, that belief.
Right.
Everything that we did, that
for the right reasons.
For the right reasons. God damn it, gotta be for the right reasons.
For the right reasons.
Gotta be.
And it's not always about the money. The money will come.
The money
it's
gonna
about,
come.
Look, I just want to help the world, bro.
Man, we want to change the world. We want to show them young kids, hey, put down that gun, man. Go pick up that Bible. Right. Put down that gun and go pick up that Bible. Think about what you're doing before you make that decision. Look at it, who you gonna hurt before you make that decision. Think about what you're doing before you make that decision. Think about the people you gonna hurt when you make that decision. Put down the guns and pick up the Bible. Look at somebody's son before you make that decision. Look who you gonna hurt when you make that decision. Think about it before you pull that trigger. Who you hurting when you shoot that gun? Who you hurting? when you take that life? Who you hurting when you got to go face that judge? Think about them decisions before you move that trigger. Think about the lives you gonna hurt when you pull that trigger. Think about who you letting down when you pull that trigger. Think about who you gonna hurt. Put the guns down. Pick up the Bible.
That's a poem, bro. So you said this other day. They don't feel the guns you tote. They feel the man you become.
Come on now.
What did you mean by that?
They don't feel the guns you tote. They feel the man you become. The man you become way stronger than the guns you tote. You done got so strong in a mindset that the guns don't even affect you. The guns ain't gonna even, you can't even use the gun no more because you're not scooting down to their level. You're not willing to go backwards to hurt them because they hurted you. You moving forward. The guns you tote would never be more effective than the brain you grew. Come on now, D Phlo. The guns you tote will never be more effective than a brain you grew. Your brain grow, your mindset change, your guns get put down, your power, your strength, and your belief of moving forward is higher. The guns you tote could never be more powerful than the brain you grew. The guns you tote is the mindset you used to have when you didn't know who you could be and what God was trying to do for you in your life. You don't have to carry a gun to feel like they going to respect you. They going to respect you because the man you become. You don't have to pull out a gun and show them you got a gun for them to respect you for who you is and what you're doing. You don't have to worry about having a gun in the places you going because the man you serve gonna hold you and have you protected every step of the way. So what you telling me when you leave the streets alone and you accept God in your life, you can't lose. You fear nothing. You fear nothing. You're not afraid of nothing because guess what? God with you every step of the way. Ever since I know he in me, he forever in me, he with me every step of the way, I feel nothing. But I respect all. Come on now.
Facts, bro. Yeah. A lot of us feel power from the guns we tote. A lot of us feel like the only way we can defend ourselves is from the guns we tote. But it's like it's really on the mindset. The real power is here in your mind. The only way you're going to be successful in life is what's in your mind. The guns ain't going to make you successful. You might need the gun, but without the mind, you ain't never going to be successful in life. It's the mind that's really powerful. The gun, all it can do is defend you. That's it. The mind is what can bring you ahead. It's what can push you ahead in life. The gun can't do that. The gun can never bring you ahead in life. It can only just help you stay here right now and defend yourself.
Man, let me tell you something, D Phlo, man. Let me tell you something, man. God, I love you. Every person, every situation I've been through, I love you. Every trials and tribulations I've been through, I love you. Every letdown I've been through, I love you. Daddy, I love you. Forever love you. Daddy, I love you. Forever love you. I have no regrets in my heart for whatever you done, whatever you try to do and whatever you didn't do. Daddy, I always, and forever will be here for you, no matter the situation. Even when you wasn't here for me, Dad, I'm going to be here for you. If I ever had to, Lord forgive me, but if I ever had to lay my daddy down to rest, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to spend my last to make sure my daddy get laid to rest the way he needs to be. So what you telling me? I forgive everybody. In order for me to move forward, I had to forgive. And I appreciate everything that I went through. But one thing that I understand, and I'm going to forever understand, is that's what made me who I am today. That's what made me. When you forgive and you forget and you put it all in God's hands, now you're able to move forward in life to be happy. D Phlo, let me tell you something, man. I used to question all the time why I was on child support and a lot of situations I had to go through. But God said them situations I'm going to send you through, I'm going to make sure they make you a better person.
Prepare you.
I had to go through that.
You had to.
And that's made me a better father.
For sure.
Sometimes in life we get put on child support and we feel like we don't need to or we don't deserve to be on there. We did everything we could at the time we could. But that sometimes that make you a better father. Don't run away from what they did. Use that as a stepping stone to become a better person.
There's two ways you can see it. You can see you can let it break you down, or you can let it push you to be better.
Come on now.
I mean, I'm dealing right now. I went to go take a DNA test today for child support. But it's like you can either let it break you down or push you to be better. And that's not just in child support. That's just in life in general. So I got one more question for you.
Talk to me, D Phlo. You dropping the jewels on me, man.
When times get hard,
come on now.
What do you do to push through?
When times get hard. My boy said, when times get hard, what do I do to push through? God damn, D Phlo. Let me take my gum out of my mouth for this one. When times get hard.
Here's what I found.
When times get hard, what do I do?
We ain't ask you, Siri.
Nah, Siri, we don't need you on this one, baby. This one right here, it's just only me and God. When times get hard, what do I do to get pushed through? I ain't gonna lie, D Phlo, that be hard. But I know for sure, God saw me through so many things. I know he gonna see me through this one. I know he gonna see me through this one. So when times get hard, I just continue to keep praying and keep going. I know God gonna give me that. And when God give me that, I know he gonna make sure I get through any situation. So when times got hard for me, I just kept praying and said, God, right now ain't the right time, but if you help me get through the bad times, I know there's a lot of good times to come through. So when times got hard, I said, God, just give me the strength I need to continue to go on, because I know it's going to have to start raining and the sun going to have to come out. So that's just what it is. When times got hard, I just told God, let's go. Let's go do it. Let's go do it. You prepared me for this and you showed me that time's going to get hard in your life, but you can't stop. Time's going to get hard in your life. You got to put on a boxing glove. Time's going to get hard in your life. You got to put the shovel to work. You got to dig deep. You got to keep going. So when the times got hard, I know that was the time I needed to get stronger. When the times got hard, I know I had to keep going. When everything was going wrong, I know it was the time to stay focused. When everybody gave up on me, I know it was the time that I had to continue to find a way to be great. That's what made me who I am, because them times was getting harder. Every time they got harder, God was showing me you got to keep going. When I was ready to give up, God would keep pushing me. When I was ready to lose focus, God said, this is why I prepared you to be strong. Look at you now, and look at you now. Look at you now. And look at you now. Every time I look at my body, D Phlo, I know it wasn't me. I know that God helped me create this new muscle. Every time I look at my leg, I know it wasn't me. God helped me rebuild a new muscle. Every time I look up, I know it wasn't me. God helped me build a new chest. Every time I look up and I know I was getting held back, God helped me to remove the situation and keep going. If it wasn't for you in the times that I needed you the most, I would have gave up, but God showed up.
So listen this one. I got one for you, bro.
Come on, man.
Okay, so look at the plants, bro. They grow. But one of the things that they need to grow is rain. Okay? The plants need the rain. The nutrient, the one thing that keeps them alive is the rain. They
Come on,
need
D
it.
Phlo.
Okay? So when it rains, imagine being a plant. And that rain's pouring, and it's hitting you, and it's making you start to waver over, almost damn near break your damn stalk. The thing holding you up. The rain hits you hard. The rain's hitting you. You're trying to stand up straight, and it keeps hitting you like, damn. It keeps hitting you and hitting you. But then when it's over with, the rain is the very thing you needed, the nutrient you needed to stay alive. A plant cannot live without water. So when the rain hits, it's a necessity for a plant to keep growing, to go through the rain. That's what made it stronger.
Come on.
You know, and then here's an example. In places like Houston or like Florida, where we get hit by hurricanes, trees are stronger because they get hit by storms. They're stronger because the rain and the storms keep hitting. So in the areas where there's hurricanes that hit, the plants are naturally stronger. So that when the rain hits, the people who get hit with the most rain are able to withstand the regular storms.
Come on.
Because they're already hardened by the
Man,
rain.
stop
We need
playing.
the rain.
You got to go through them trials
You
and
have to.
tribulations. That's the only thing that's going to make you strong. Hey, D Phlo, let me tell you something before we end the... Come on, man. I've dropped the Juice Boys back in the building. Shout out to Mobile from blessing me with the shirt. Shout out blessing my dog with the Juneteenth shirt, man. You heard what he said. He don't see no colors. He only see the heart. And he only see the love that you willing to show. He don't see no color. But let me tell you something, D Phlo. Man, let me tell you something, man. Shout out. Man, shout out. I love that boy Kevin Gates because he told me one thing. I rose up from the dead and put my team back in position. When they was trying to bury me, hey, I had to figure a way out. When they didn't believe in me, I had to figure a way out. When they gave up on me, I had to figure a way out. When they slept on me, I had to figure a way out. When I started preaching about God, everybody didn't want to accept that. I had to figure a way to make them adjust to that. I came back from the dead and I put myself in position because I believe. When they gave up, I didn't give up. When they slept on me, I woke them up. When they was walking out, I made them come back. When they didn't want to support me, I made them because I didn't stop.
So you're saying this is your second life?
Yes, indeed. And I'm going to live it to the fullest. I'm going to live it to the fullest, man.
We
Shout out to
leaving that shit
Kevin
behind.
Gates, man. I love you with all my heart, man. If it wasn't for you, man, let me tell you something, man. One of my biggest, I'm one of your biggest fans, man. BWA, man. Breadwinner, man. Breadwinners Association, man. I appreciate the love that you shared the video, man. We're going to keep going, and hopefully one day we work together. But guess what? Big Team 28, the best that ever did it. And it's that boy, D Phlo, man. I love you from the bottom of my heart. When I look at you, I look at my brother. When I see you, I see myself. When I see you, I see us. Because guess what? We ain't going to stop. We ain't going to quit. We ain't going to get discouraged. And we ain't going to never let up. They can't fuck with us. And if
They're going to be looking back at this video in 2 years from now, and we're going to be the biggest in the world.
Y'all already know, man. We did it, and it's done. We did it from the house, and we're going to take it to the biggest stage and the biggest platform. Them drop the Juice Boys, man.
Manifestation. We'll see y'all on the next episode. Yes, sir.
Ski.